Hello everyone, hi, how are you guys doing? Welcome back to another episode of The Boys Reaction. This is Haarute Live, and my name is Matt. Hi, hello, how's everyone doing today? So we're watching a new episode of The Boys, and it's in fact the finale. So this is gonna be a lot of fun. We'll see how this goes. So last episode did feel like a finale on it already. A little bit, not entirely, because we don't know where things are gonna go. But last episode is when they just straight up figured out who the boys group is, with Huey and Butcher and Mother's Milk, Frenchie, and now Kimiko. They just saw all of their faces because of fucking Mesmer. Butcher murdered the shit out of Mesmer. Homelander found out about them. Here's the thing: I don't know where this is going to go, because the boys team actually gave the Rainer, that's the Asian, the information about the Company B and everything blew wide open, and they were like, "All right, your company's fucked. Your subs are not gonna get into the military. You're just gonna be dumbass in capes, and if you don't want this deal, then we're just gonna go public with it, and everyone's gonna know about the Compound B and what it does and how everything has been a lie. So you choose what to do." But at the same time that happened, we saw essentially a supervillain show up, Captain, or they're assuming his name is like Captain or something like that. It was in a different language, but the translation was like Captain, and he was a dude that exploded, but he was okay. So it's just like Captain Explosion, and he's a terrorist now. So they're a superhero terrorists. They were made by Compound B, probably because of bot. Like, they probably already did that as some sort of contingency plan or something. Or they were just getting ready to go forward with it. We'll see what happens there. There's definitely like some kind of like we already discovered like the conspiracy, but there's definitely more layers to it that we just don't know about yet. But that's probably what happened, because even when they brought the like piece of paper to Rainer of like, "We need you, ma'am," we had Madeline. She was just like, "Is something wrong?" It's like, you fucking know. She fucking knows what's going on. Anyway, so the other thing I want to mention is that I think I didn't realize this while watching originally, but the lady that showed Butcher the surveillance camera footage with Becca, that lady, I think she was Mallory, right? I think that was her name. I think I got that during the editing, but I didn't catch it while watching it, so I didn't talk about it. But I think that is Mallory. I think that was her name. The person that they refer to as what happened to Mallory and Mallory's grandkids or whatever, because they always keep referring to, you don't want to repeat what happened to Mallory's grandkids. Do you remember that? Like, so the last go around they had at this, they failed, and Mallory's the one that paid the price. So, and that's how everyone got discouraged and they stopped. But now we're back. But that woman, Mallory, is the one that was part of the backstory that everyone keeps referring to. So. And it's wild because she's the one that, she might have been like the team leader, and then everyone let her down because she's the one that got Butcher in order give him the information and was like, "We're gonna get your revenge," or something like that. So, all right, we'll see if they give us more information about her now. So yes. That's what happened at the end. Well, at the end, we had Huey and Starlight finally like talk to each other about what's been going on. And the thing is that Starlight is being convinced by Maeve to like stop killing. Huey is being convinced by Butcher that every soup is an asshole. I mean, they don't want to accept that outlook, which is what they're kind of fighting for it against a little bit. And so at the end of the episode, they finally meet up. And Huey did tell Starlight about the Compound B, but not a lot of information. Just said Compound B is like a drug that gives superheroes their powers. And then she was like, "No, we're born like this." And he was like, "I'm sorry." But then she got shot by Butcher, and then Huey just fucking ran. I mean, I think she's just fine. I think she's just bulletproof. But, like, it did knock her down, and then Huey just ran. And, like, I've said it before. If it was me, I would just body shield a lot, and like because like I'm just tired. I'm just tired of Starlight getting the short end of the stick. I'm just tired of that shit. So I would just be like, fuck it, you know, just shoot me. It's fine, whatever. At least Starlight, at least Starlight will know and what like how I felt, where I was standing, and she will believe me about the compound B shit. And maybe she can do some investigating on her own or whatever. Maybe she can be a ally. We don't know. But the thing is that I'm afraid that Huey and Starlight are just gonna become like complacent to the respective like teams, so they're gonna stop caring, and they're just gonna be like, well, fuck it, I'm just gonna fight for the cause, like whatever. So it's kind of like a hopeless situation if it goes that way, but we'll see. Okay, yeah, that's pretty much it for the recap. Yeah, we may begin with the final episode now. So yeah, and by the way, since it's the final episode and some shit might go down, remember you can watch full length if you want to over at Patreon. All right, that's it. The Boys, Season 1, Episode 8. Let's go.
Gentlemen.
They're just sitting there, just watching it happen. Like, what the fuck? Chat is the last. Those people were just literally just trying to run away. Why is he like this? Just crush his head. That's just the extra psychopathic moment. Just to nail it even harder.
Now,
this fucking lady.
And there's only one company that has the product to fight back.
But they're also the ones that produce it, so fuck you. I'm pretty sure you could nuke one of these superheroes.
Especially coming from the fugitives that killed Translucent.
Fugitives?
Bought insisted and the DOJ agreed.
Oh, she's gonna comb her hair. I don't want. I like her non-combed hair. I mean, but still, this is fine. Sure. Oh, she's happy. All right. If she's happy, I'm happy.
You scared me.
Are you gonna ask her about the compound B?
How old when you let them turn me into a freak?
You're not a freak. Never say that. Vaught tell you all this?
No, a friend told me.
At least still considers him a friend.
He made this possible.
Bullshit! You did! And then you controlled every single minute of it.
Gave up every moment of my life. And I was happy to do it.
You were living through her.
It was your dream.
Yeah, it was her dream.
I had a chance to choose my own dream.
There you go.
No wonder I don't know who the fuck I'm supposed to be. Annie.
You have a good life.
No.
People would give anything to be what you are. I thought I did what was right.
What are you looking at out there?
Eastern meadowlarks. It was either bird watching or alcoholism, so.
Coping mechanism? Birds.
I thought we agreed that you were never going to come out here.
Yeah, well, you taught me a thing or two about broken promises. You fucking owe me, goddammit.
What happened? I mean, I do like the idea of she's seeing all this stuff on TV and she kind of wants to be normal. Because she never got a chance at that, so. Is she trying to speak? Whoa, shit! Got him! Come on, you can overpower them. Yeah, fuck him up! Oh, god damn it. Well, god damn it.
But what about what you've done?
What I've done? To who?
To him.
To me, goddammit.
What you made him to be.
Manipulated me, aimed me at Homelander like a fucking howitzer. And then when it didn't suit you anymore, you just threw me away.
This is interesting.
It's bad, I don't regret it. Vengeance isn't a path to glory here. It's a one-way ticket to a dead end. Looking at fucking birds.
That's heavy.
You're abandoning them. I mean, they risked their mother's milk as a daughter.
They want us to finish the job.
your job.
This is your fucking shit too, Huey. Promised you payback, didn't I?
He doesn't want it anymore, almost.
Mallory give you the same speech back in the day?
Yeah. Yeah, she did.
Like,
I'm
bro,
so fucking stupid.
you are a little bit. Butcher is
You
also.
never cared about me. Or Robin, did you? I was just useful to you.
We're having this conversation, except earlier.
We get Stillwell. Now get in the fucking car.
We're gonna have a repeat of what happened later. They get
Becca
incinerated.
comes back from the dead. Robin too. This is never gonna stop. It's just gonna be more blood and awfulness.
That's the fucking game.
Mallory's right. You're just gonna drag us all down with you.
She is right.
Not me.
What are we doing now, though? Starlight could be a good player here. This fucking deep storyline, it's almost comical at this point. Oh, he's doing it.
Maybe you could help find them.
That's a lot of things you're asking of her.
Huey, I was almost arrested just for knowing you. I had to convince them that I was an idiot that you threw out and you used, and now you want me to help your psycho killer friends?
When you put it like that.
I mean, why the hell would I ever help you?
Because Bot's up to some evil shit? Because it's your job? Because you're a superhero.
Really?
That's everything she ever
I
wanted.
can't remember the last time I saved anyone.
You have a chance right here.
Saved me.
When did I ever save you?
That
Bowling
time,
out.
Bo and Ollie too.
I was angry after Robin. I was headed for this cliff, and then you and me went bowling.
It's not saving you, it's just being there.
And that's why you need it.
I don't care.
Oh man. Man, she's maving. I mean, you're the fastest man alive. You don't have to be the strongest. Why are you doing this? Who's sitting there? Noir! Does he play piano? He's sitting really close to this guy. Are you a couple? Is Noir gonna play? Noir's gonna play! Noir's like the only superhero that I kind of like. I mean, that's about Starlight, you know? I like Starlight. She's the best character in the show. But Noir's pretty cool. Because he's just sitting there and he just does his job. She doesn't care about anything else.
Mr. Edgar,
Mr. Edgar!
I didn't know you were gonna come.
Let me borrow you for a moment. I'm gonna want you to start riding shotgun on my meetings. Hey, don't go planning my retirement yet. Just saying, someone needs to run this shit show when I move to Belize.
Okay.
Electricity goes in, glass comes out.
Oh, is that how it works?
Sometimes my eyes light up when
Is she drunk off her mind? It appears so.
my radius never healed straight.
From the time with the bus, with the kids?
I really did break every bone in my right arm. I was just like you. And then I started giving pieces of myself away, and I guess I gave away everything. So you know what? Just be original. Be the annoying goody two-shoes asshole that you are.
Oh, that's great.
One of us has to be.
Oh. I like that so much. I like that so much. Thank you, Maeve. That's like the best thing she could have said. She was like, I don't care anymore, but I feel like shit over that. Because we know that. So you should continue to care.
Me.
If it was him, it wasn't even her.
Well, enough survived to call the operation a huge success.
So more than one.
Take off your pants.
Does that also shoot lasers? Okay. How long are we gonna stay here? I'm afraid she's just gonna die.
I will be there for you always.
Okay, good.
Oh my god. I feel like as soon as she keeps one more secret from him, she's just gonna kill her.
The pain of losing a child to miscarriage is... I just wanted to spare you that burden. Do you understand?
Yes.
Would that count as miscarriage? Yeah.
You came here. You meant to come here.
Yes.
Without Butcher.
Yeah.
C'est incroyable.
At least one of them cares.
Throwing his life away so completely like you thrown yours away today. No. No, what I mean is you. Parce que non, c'est the most useless, futile gesture I can think of.
Yeah, I got it.
Unbelievable.
Sick! They got out, they're taking guards. They fucking did it. Good job, Huey. Yeah, but they're being recorded. Like, I was about to say, like, aren't the cameras around? Like, aren't they seeing this shit?
Maria?
Your kid's a sound sleeper.
Oh, Butcher. I'm afraid Homelander's just gonna show up and kill him or something. The idea that vengeance takes you like a path of certain doom. If she dies, Homelander's gonna go off the fucking rails and I'm scared. Oh, fuck! Oh, shit. Where'd they get him? Okay, he can at least move, so it wasn't like a fatal wound or like a really bad wound. Kimiko, I need you to go berserk, girl. Huey! You should. You're covering for him. Oh my god, Huey! Oh my god. He's so incompetent, it's great. Oh my god, Huey! It's literally just screaming, I'm sorry, as he shoots a machine gun. We need... Please, Starlight, come and save us or something.
Hands on your heads!
Yes! Yes! Oh, I've been waiting for this for so long. She's here to help. Yes!
Holy shit.
We're fighting A-Train. The fuck's he doing here? Drugged up A-Train. I swear to fucking god. If he kills Starlight. I swear to god, if they kill my girl here, I'm gonna be pissed. I'm a piss. How can you hit him though? I mean, his leg injury has to... Well, he can push her away or something.
You killed the only person I've ever loved.
You did, motherfucker. Is he just gonna have a heart attack? I think he's just gonna have a heart attack and die. Yeah. Yeah, he OD'd and died.
Call an ambulance.
He'll never stop coming for you.
I know.
Back here. Oh my god!
It's gonna hurt you.
That's it.
I mean, really fucking hurt you. And that would be good enough for me.
So, you don't really want anything, per se. You want to blow her up in front of me, right? Wow. Fuck.
Jesus.
Are you telling me that this whole thing is based on fucking feelings?
That's how humans work, though.
Shut the fuck up!
You and Vogelbaum should have got your story straight.
There we go. When she said miscarriage. He might just kill her right now and then Butcher's fucked.
I'm scared
Of
you. I'm scared of you.
thank you. Thank you for finally being honest.
She's so dead. Jesus! Well. God, that's a raw kill. Okay, now Butcher, what now?
Oh well.
Yeah? Bro, what? Oh, is this like heaven or some shit? Or is he in pieces? He could be in pieces, and then he'll die. But like, well, it's daytime though. What?
Wakey.
What? What are you gonna do? What are you gonna fucking do?
Mom?
Oh.
Look at this handsome devil.
Oh no, they're still alive. She's alive, the kid's alive. It's Becca, and it's her kid. Oh my god.
Becca.
Oh, this is fucked.
I'm your father.
Oh my god.
Are a family.
All right. That's it. I don't think there's anything else at the end, right? No, there's no. Okay. That's it. Wow, that's a weird ass finale. Wow. Butcher just got undone. Just completely undone as a person. Butcher just got undone. just completely. So when she said the word miscarriage, I was like, would that be considered a miscarriage or so Homelander latched onto that. And like here's the thing, is that like what both of them said last time, you just kind of have to take his word for it. But also like if the baby was also a superhero, like he could have totally like survived or whatever. But the thing is that like it was like very like what is the word I'm looking for? He just kind of said, "Oh yeah, the baby lived 10 seconds and died, drowned in mother's blood, whatever." Anyway, moving on. Like it was just like a very quick, all right, that's what happened. Anyway, so it is definitely a thing that they can build on and be like, well, that was a lie. This is actually what went down. And when Madeline said miscarriage, it was like, oh, you motherfuckers didn't get your story straight. So it went to Bogomom, and Bogomom told him what actually happened, and maybe he's dead too. So what actually happened is that the baby survived, the mom survived, Becca's still alive. So Butcher has thrown his entire life away on nothing? Based entirely on assumptions. So he assumed that Becca was raped, which I don't know if she was. I actually don't think she was. After that, he didn't know that, he thought that either Bot disposed of her, or Homelander disposed of her, or she killed herself, or whatever. That's not what happened. She got pregnant, she had a baby. And even like Homelander thought that the baby died with her. No. She lived, she had the baby, and they hid her away from everyone else. So they just have like a second Homelander on standby that they can just make him grow to become that. Except that this one is a better Homelander because he actually has like a caring mother. Probably. Becca is not the angel that Butcher believed she was, because he's like, oh, my Becca, I'm doing everything for her. The reality is that she's alive, she cheated on him, and she's been hiding for 8 years, and she never told him anything. And to be fair, Bud probably doesn't allow her to do anything, but at this point in time, sure. At this point in time, sure, might as well know about it. What does this mean for Homelander and Butcher, though? What does this mean for both of them? Well, now this is a crazy thing, because here's the thing. The entirety of season 1 is like, oh, we're fighting. So it's like, okay, we're fighting superhero society, which is so fucked and so capitalistic, and it's just hellish, and fuck him, you know, just fucking destroy everything, just burn the whole thing down, just start over. The thing is that that's not really what's happening anymore, because Bot knows who they are and knows what they want to do. And also the story became much more personal now with Becca and the baby and Homelander and Butcher and Starlight and Huey. Like, everything became so much more personal. So at this point, I'm wondering where this show wants to go. And I could actually see this show having like a problem of finding where to go for season 2. I know there is one season 2, and I think somebody told me in the comments that they're doing a season 3, like it's confirmed, like they're in post-production or something like that. So whenever that happens, we'll see what happens. I know that this is like an adaptation of a comic book, because of course it is, but I just don't know what that comic book is about or where it goes. But yeah, we'll see what we do here. I'm wondering. I'm really wondering where it wants to go, because if the boys, if the main cast decides, well, let's fuck it, let's just tear everything down, then fucking Bod knows who they are. So like, there's not a lot of places they can run away to. They just, well, I suppose they could be in hiding the entire time. Even if they're actively being searched for, they could just be in hiding the entire time. It does severely limit what they're capable of doing, though. God. So here, okay. So a couple things happened in the episode that made me happy. So Huey talked with Starlight, and it's not about being honest, but it's. I mean, it is about being honest, but it's not about telling her truths. It's about him actually doing what should be the right thing, because it's this really good thing where we have Butcher and Huey, and Huey finally just decides, fuck you. And I like that we got to see what's her name, Mallory. I'm glad we got to see Mallory, because she's such an important part about what we're doing. And it adds so much to these characters and what their decisions are. Because Mallory, I like that she's just watching birds, and fucking Butcher is like watching birds, and she's like, well, it was birds or alcoholism, so birds, you know? As far as coping mechanisms go, birds is not so bad. I would have chosen video games or something like that, but you know, birds, it works. So, I like that. So, Butcher comes here to ask her for help. And she's like, fuck you, I don't do any of this anymore. And I like that the struggle ends up becoming... well, so she doesn't want to help him because she's like, I'm gone, dude. I gave up. Like, she founded the boys club, you know? She started the movement. And she gave up because her grandkids were fucking burned, incinerated. Just nothing left because of a torchlighter or some shit. Like some superhero did that shit. So that's fucked. So she gave up, and after that she just got depressed and she just decided, fuck it, let's just not do this anymore. But Butcher's take was actually, you owe me, and I was like, oh her, like why does she owe him? And like I could guess. But he just confirmed it. He was like, for what you did to me. So we have like a little bit of a moment where Butcher just finally says, I'm fucked up. And I am fucked up because you made me fucked up. And now you have to like fucking help me out, deal with this shit. Because now I'm locked in this path because you put me here. So I'm gonna need you to actually do something here. Because like, you at least owe me that. After you turn me into what I am today. And I like that Mallory is like, there is not a single day I don't regret doing that. Because it really does give you this image of like this lady who just like, she was set on the vengeance path. She was like, fuck the soups or whatever they must have done to her. Maybe to her actual like kids, like her daughter or her son. And then they went for the grandkids. And at that point, she said, well, fuck it, I'm giving up now. You know, she has like nothing left. And I like that she was like, well, this vengeance path where I manipulated people and turned her into specific things because I wanted to get them, you know? That just made me suffer more. It made me lose more, and I turned people into things that they shouldn't have been, and they will continue to suffer as a result. We see Butcher, like episodes ago, he just wakes up, he gets a Pop-Tart, he gets a beer, and just sits there and watches the surveillance footage of his wife just sitting on a park bench for 3 hours, and then he goes back, rewinds it, and watches it again. And he does that every day. And it's just like, Butcher is so fucked up. And I like that he has like a moment of clarity when he's like, I'm fucked up, but that's your fault. So fucking do something for me here. Which is still a fucked up thing to say, but you understand where he's coming from. And I like that Mallory also understands it and she regrets it. I really like whenever we have a character who has gone through a lot and they were on the wrong path before, and then you see them later and they're like, I regret everything. I always like a character like that. I like when you see like clear growth of like, I was doing some wrong shit or some shit that I didn't realize was gonna be bad. I just did it because it just felt good to do it. I essentially just did it because of my emotions. I just didn't care, and because I didn't care, people got hurt, and now I regret everything. And I like whenever we have a character like that. So I really like Mallory's just kind of introduction here, and kind of maybe like the only scene we'll see of her. She's great, and it explains a lot about her. Explains a lot about Butcher. She kind of turned Butcher into a weapon, sort of like what Butcher is doing to Huey. And I like that parallel because I could tell Butcher, like Huey is the Butcher to where Butcher was to Mallory. Like Huey is that person, and Butcher is like, Huey, okay, we gotta do this shit. We gotta go and get Homelander. And it's like, no, I'm gonna go and rescue our friends. And he's like, what the fuck are you gonna, like, you stupid, you fucking stupid, they're gonna get you. And it's like, no, Huey did the right things, and it ended up working out okay, because Huey went to Starlight, you know, a fucking soup, just another one of them soups, you know, the enemy. He went to Starlight, he asked for her help, and he really rolled really well on the charisma checks. She was like, why would I ever help you, you know? Like, you essentially just introduced misery to my life, and you kind of use me, and why should I help you here? And Huey says, well, because Bud is up to some bad shit, and you're a superhero, right? Like, aren't you supposed to like help people? Aren't you supposed to fight evil? So that's really good. It's really good that he managed to say that. And Starlight had this moment where she kind of like understood it, but then she was like, "Fuck it, I'm gone. I don't care." The thing is, I don't care. And I was like, God, she's Maving. I don't like that. I don't like that she's turning into Maeve. But then that sets it up. So then later at the party, she's just getting drunk, and she's like, you know, my eyes light up when I come. Anyway, I'm gonna go puke there. She almost had a random hookup with some random guy, but then she went and puked. And then Maeve went to her, and it's almost like a parallel to the first episode. Maeve went to her, and because she was worried, and then she has this like little really cool moment where she actually like shows her actual arm, and she's like, you know, I still have scars and my arm never really fully healed from that time where I did break every bones in my arms in order to save that bus with all those kids. Like, that thing that you read, that you referenced a couple episodes ago, that was actually real. That was actually something that happened, and I did do that. It wasn't just a marketing, guys. I actually did feel that way, because when I was young, when I was like 23, I was starry-eyed. I was just a goody two shoes, and I wanted to do good, and I was so hopeful. And the way she put it is, I started to give pieces of myself until at some point I just didn't have anything anymore. And I like that she's telling Starlight, just be yourself, just do what you want to do, because like, she's like, this butt is taken, you know, the uncaring bitch is taken, so you go and be the goody two shoes, you go and do actual good. Like, because I like that a lot about Maeve. That Maeve also has, there's in a way like a parallel too, of like Huey struggling to actually do the right thing, and he finds his own resolve, and Maeve is there to actually help Starlight to find her resolve, you know, because Starlight, because of Maeve, a little bit, Starlight decides to go, I don't care, which is what Maeve did. But then Maeve is actually there, and she sees this, and she's like, girl, don't do the same shit that I did. Just don't do the same things. Like, it's okay to care. It's okay to care and try to do good. Don't give up and become complacent to the system. Girl, go and do your own thing. Go and be a superhero. You can do it. So she wasn't as specific about what to do, but she essentially told Starlight, go and do the right thing, because it really comes down to like, Maeve doesn't care, and she has like a moment, and we see it build up through the interactions with like the other girl. I forgot her name, but the girl that was clearly in a relationship with Maeve at some point. That Maeve has a weak moment where she starts caring again, and then she gets drunk, and that's kind of what she does. She just drowns in alcohol and other pleasures in order to just drown emotions away, so she just doesn't care. And even Homelander says that, like, you must be special, Starlight. I can't remember the last time Maeve gave a shit about, well, anything. So it's like Maeve cares about Starlight because she sees herself in Starlight. So now she has a moment where she's like, I don't want Starlight to turn into the person that I am, because look at me, I'm a fucking mess. So she actually told Starlight, go and do the right thing. Go and care, actually. It's okay to care. Don't just become me. So I really like that. And then Starlight came and helped the boys. So there's no more just like, oh, fucking Starlight's one of them. Fuck that shit. Starlight came in, rescued us, allowed us to escape. We're about to get fucking executed until she came in and helped us out. So that was wonderful. I'm really glad that she did that. I'm really glad that we had a moment where finally, like, everyone is kind of fighting on the same side. I'm really glad that came together finally. Then we had like a boss fight with A-Train, except it wasn't really a boss fight. He just got a heart attack and just fucking died. And I'm not sure if he died. He could have just not died because they didn't make an effort of saying he's dead. They were like, oh, I think he had a heart attack. Ambulance, come and help us out, you know, like. And there was a moment where Huey tried to save him, and Starlight is like, you know, he's gonna keep coming after you. And Huey is like, yeah, but like still, like Huey cares. That's the thing about Huey. He cares. So he doesn't just want people to die. And also, like, he doesn't like that he's been murdering people. He doesn't like that he's becoming progressively more detached. So, like, that's something good. That's something good, though. That's something good. Because I'm pretty sure I said before that the one thing I didn't like if the show was going to go down that road is to essentially say, you know, Butcher is right. Butcher's cynicism and Butcher's, you know, uncaringness and just saying, well, fuck, I'm just gonna kill them all. You know, that attitude, I didn't want the show to say that attitude is okay, and they didn't. Because at the end, Huey is like, fuck you, I care. I'm gonna go help those people. And it was the right thing to do, and it worked out in the end. And Huey's even helping his number one enemy, the person who killed Robin. That's like so poetic. And it's like Huey went down the path of like, I start to freak out and I kill people. And then he was like, no, I don't want that. I'm going to save people instead. And that's such a good character development moment right there. I really like that. Butcher, on the other hand, he went down the revenge path, and I thought he was going to fucking die, but in some way he got something worse. In some way, he got the reveal that everything he's been fighting for, everything he believed in, is just fucking falling to pieces. So we're gonna see what happens next episode, next season. Like, what the fuck happens with Butcher now? Now that we know that Becca's alive, she fucked Homelander. I think it was consensual. She had a fucking baby with him, and she's been raising that kid for like 8 years, while Butcher has been just freaking out and obsessing over her dying or being missing or whatever, and just like Butcher couldn't let go. Becca 100% let go. Oh man. In a way I do feel bad for Butcher. If Butcher was like, in a way I do feel bad for Butcher, because the thing is that Butcher is fucked up and I don't agree with anything he says. But there was like a moment where he was like, you made me this. So like, I feel bad that Butcher was essentially scooped during like a weak moment by Mallory, turned into the Butcher we know today. And then as a coping mechanism to like everything, he just went down that part even harder. And now he's here and doing all this fucked up shit. So here we go with Butcher. I do appreciate that the show wasn't at the end just like uncaringness is the way to go. Because that's almost what the show kind of feels like a little bit, you know? Just like, it feels like hopeless, capitalistic hellscape, you know? Your heroes are a bunch of rapists and bullshit. And it's like, yes, I know that's how real life works. You know, it is a little bit like, I think I saw like an article. I think a friend of mine showed me like an article, like the title of it, which was like The Voice is like a good show that is coming at an unfortunate time, because this aired in like how like a year and a half ago. You know, the world has been having it rough for like a couple of years now. And it got progressively worse and worse and worse. And especially the last, like, 2 years. It got really bad. 2019, 2020, they got really bad. So this show almost feels like a sucker punch, like it's giving you an extra punch where you didn't need it, because you're like, yes, I know, show, everything sucks, which is not necessarily a good thing. I don't like the tone of like everything sucks, so whatever. I am more of the person that I would rather have a hopeful view on things, and I like that the show didn't give up on that. Like what's like this, because at the end of the day, that's kind of what it is. The show is unbelievably cynical. The society we live in this show is unbelievably cynical. Everything's fucked up, but at the same time, the idea that despite this being the world we live in, despite this being the situations we live in, characters like Huey and Starlight can still look at that and be like, you know what? I'm going to choose to do the right thing. Despite everything, that feels really good. That feels really good. Because at the end of the day, that's kind of what it is about. Because it's easy to just say, I'm just going to do the right thing forever and ever, and I'm just always going to be I'm always going to be doing the right thing. I'm always going to be the good one. The reality is that people who often choose not to do the good things are not people who decided not to do the good things. It was more like they felt like they had to. So whenever we have a show that kind of explores a little bit into the fact that society's fucked, everything's fucked, everyone's fucked, fuck you. And you start going down the path that Butcher is like a little bit pushing you towards. But then at the end you decide, you know what? No, fuck that shit. I'm gonna do what I think is right. And Huey does it, Starlight does it. At the end of the day, that felt really good. It felt really nice. And that's something I appreciate a lot. And that's something I really like the show did at the end, and it made me very, very happy. I'm just repeating myself at this point, but that's the thing. That's something I really loved. And I really like the genuine moment where fucking Huey is like, you saved me. She was like, Starlight was like, I did what? What do you mean I saved you? And fucking Huey says bowling. Just fucking bowling. She was like, what do you mean bowling? I mean, when Robin died, I was just angry and I just wanted to go crazy, but then I just went bowling. And it's like, Annie is like, but that's not really helping. That's just being there. And he was like, well, yeah, that's what he needed. He just needed someone to be there for him. Because at the end of the day, that's kind of what you need most of the time. If you don't have someone that is there for you, you kind of spiral downwards. That's like the most important thing you need, I think. Anyway, couple little things that happen in the rest of the episode. Okay, the boys are being... So despite doing the deal with what's her name, Raynor, they're still being searched for as like fugitives because of the situation with the captain or whatever, the super terrorist. So, all right, we're fucked then. Then, I like the scene where Kimiko is like combing her hair and painting her fingernails. And I mean, I don't like the idea of like her like being like more girly or womanly or whatever, but I do like the idea of her like watching TV and just seeing people and just being like, this is what's like normal. And since she's never had a normal life, then she looks at that and she's like, maybe I could, maybe I could do that, just starts going like that. And that's something I really like is the idea that she actively sees things and she's like, maybe I can be a part of that too, because she never had that. When she was a kid, she was kidnapped by terrorists, and then she was forced to become a terrorist at like I don't know, like 7 years old, 8 years old, 10, I don't know. She barely had a life. Then she was forced into a terrorist, and now she's like, I don't know, she's 28. So most of her life has been a terrorist. She didn't have anything, and then she was thrown into a cage and turned into a soup. So sure, there we go. She didn't have a life. So I like the idea that she sees people and she registers what might be normal, and she's like, let me give that a shot. Let me try that. What if I, That's it's kind of cute, actually. I do kind of like that. So I like that aspect of it. So then we have the scene where Starlight and her mom have the confrontation, and we do get a confirmation that the mom knew about Company B the whole time, because, yeah. So Annie believed Huey, which I like. Then she has the confrontation with the mom, and the mom confirms it, and Annie talks about how Dad left, and she always hoped for him to return, but then she has the moment where she realizes, did he leave because he didn't want to lie to me anymore? And the mom is essentially like, yeah, he left because I was okay with lying to you and he wasn't. So Annie's just pissed at her mom. The fucking... Yo, there hasn't been a turnaround as big on anyone on the show as the mother. Annie's mother. Whatever her name may be. Just Donna January, that's her name, whatever. There hasn't been a turnaround as big as on anyone as with her. Because if we talk about a character like The Deep or fucking Homelander, I do hate them, but I never liked them to begin with. The mom at the beginning of the show, she was like excited that Starlight got into the 70s, like yeah, and I'm like, yeah, happy times. And then she became like a complete selfish asshole in the episode when they're like the religious show, and now she's like, yeah, I've been lying to you the entire life, and she's essentially manipulating her. Well, not manipulating her, she's been living through her, but that's a fucked up thing to do, because she says it as something of like, I was doing what I thought was best for you, you know, you had a shot at this amazing life, and I thought you could have that, you know, it wasn't about the money, it was about, you know, I wanted you to be super, to have so much cool shit. But then at the same time, sorry, I hit the mic. But then at the same time, I'm remembering that time where Annie and Huey are talking, and Annie says something like, when I was, what was it, in prom, she was with a guy, and then she fought someone, she punched some other dude, but then the guy didn't want to talk to her anymore because she hurt his fragile male ego or whatever. And so her entire life has been defined by the fact that she's a soup, and she never had an option as to choose that, and it wasn't even like a natural selection thing. The mom just decided this is what you do, and then she's talk about this episode, how she controlled every aspect of it. You know, you go to taekwondo class, you go to church, you do all these things, and it's like Starlight was like made to be the person that she thinks she should be, but Starlight was made to be this person that like she thought she wanted to be something, but then eventually she realized this is just what people told me I should be, you know. I just believed and I roll with it. But now I'm sitting in this moment where I'm like, I should make my own decisions. I want to be like, how's the way that she put it? She said, I never got a chance to choose my own dreams. But I really liked, what was the line that she said? I'm trying to find it. She goes, this was your dream. I never got a chance to choose my own dreams. No wonder I don't know who the fuck I'm supposed to be. So I really like that, because like Starlight has been struggling with that. And even in like the religious episode, whatever, in the event, she's just pouring her heart out. She's just talking about what's going wrong with her, and she's having this crisis. And at the end of the day, she only finds comfort in like Huey a little bit, but then Huey falls apart too, and it's like, well, what the fuck? So Starlight has like nothing, and she doesn't understand who she is. She doesn't understand what she is, and it would make sense for her to give up and just get drunk and say fuck it, which is what Maeve did. But thanks to Maeve, she got saved, and she went and saved Huey, because at the end of the day, Annie wants to do good. That's the idea that was ingrained in her, but now they're telling her to be complacent. They're telling her to do the specific things, and the mom doesn't necessarily understand what Bot is up to. But now Starlight is like, well, fuck you guys. I'm going to do good. I'm going to fight for good. And now she's doing it, and I'm so proud of her. Starlight is... Okay, so I was about to say Starlight is the best character in the show. She's not the best character. Homelander is the best character. She is the best character in the nice sense, in the sense that she's nice and I like her and that she's pure and I feel for her a lot. I don't feel for Homelander. I hate him, but he's the best character in the show. And a lot of it goes to the acting, but also the way it is written and his struggles are. His fucking mummy milky situations. By the way, he killed the fuck out of Stillwell. He just fucking killed the fuck out of her. Like, I was waiting for it to happen, and then when it did, I was just like, yep, there you go, the eye lasers, and it was exactly the death that I thought was going to be. Just very intimate, and then just eye beam. And it wasn't even the cut. I didn't think it would be a cut. I just thought he was just gonna shoot the beams through her, and that's exactly what he did. The thing is that they went ham on showing you what it felt like. The thing about that kill is that it was so instantaneous. There was like a moment where Stillwell gasped as the beams were coming through her, and I was like, I don't know if that's realistic, but then it's not really a gasp. It's just like she died instantly, and then the rest of her body was just like, you know. And then he kept going. So let's see for how long the lasers was going, because we know for a fact that fucking Homelander's lasers instantly kill people. He just slices through people like nothing. So let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So almost 8 seconds of just shooting beams through this woman's head. And then we just get to see it. We just fucking get to see it. General trivia: when Homelander arrives at Stillwell's house and confronts Butcher, Homelander points out that Butcher's not afraid, he's angry. Butcher is silent the entire time. This moment was inspired between the meeting between Butcher and Homelander in the comics, issue 19. I tell you no line, GI. So is this like different from the comic? That could be. Well, this is like the only moment we can Google this because this is the final episode she's in. So yes, Elizabeth Shue. She was in fact in Back to the Future 2 and 3. She was in fact the Back to the Future lady. I don't know if I ever mentioned it. I thought about it, and I think I heard about it watching like a Blind Wave reaction. Yes, she was in fact the replacement for Marty's girlfriend. Because the actress for Marty's girlfriend, Jennifer, that's her name, was a different actress in 1, but then she didn't come back for 2, so they reshot those scenes with this actress. So she was Jennifer in Back to the Future 2 and 3. So there we go. So goodbye, Jennifer. You will not be missed. You were an awful character and an awful person, and you will lie the entire time, and the moment you became honest is the moment that he killed you. So there we go. Like, I was like, the moment. Okay, so it was really weird because we had straight up a sex scene between Homelander and her. And it's really funny because like Homelander is a baby in those scenes. He's just like lying on her lap. Like, first of all, he came instantaneously and she's like, it's okay. And then he's just laying on her lap and he's like a baby and she's just like a mom taking care of him. And it's like, God damn it, motherfucker, you have some mommy issues. He wants those mommy milkies. He should play Resident Evil 8. Anyway, so that and then the idea that Madeline the entire time she never cared about him, which you can kind of tell, because I was just like, you're a greedy ass bitch, which he is. But then at the end, she's just like, I'm afraid of you. I'm scared of you. So Homelander is like, all right, there you go. You don't love me. You just want to use me. And also you're afraid of me. So whatever relationship we had, it wasn't even real. So fuck you. You get to die. So I will say that despite that death being so fucked, she deserved it. He was a little bit of an overkill too, though. But like Homelander has been doing overkills forever. Anyway, so he made the supervillains around the world. He just made supervillains around the world. So now we're gonna have to deal with that shit. Okay, let's see what we do with that. God, this fucking show. I don't know where the show is going. I'm very intrigued by that, but I hope they don't drop the ball for season 2. I really hope they don't drop the ball with the storyline, because, like, I don't know where it could go, but I hope it's good. That's how I feel. Anyway. What else happened? The Deep storyline. I don't know. Deep's going through a crisis. No one wants him. He decides to shave himself, and then he shaved himself. Like, he shaved every fucking piece of hair in his body. He decided to go bald too. It's not really bald. What is it? What is it called when you cut your hair to? Because balding is when you actually lose hair. What about just cutting it? I'm not entirely sure about that. Sorry. Again, I'm not a native English speaker. I probably knew the word, I just kind of forgot about it. Anyway, so the Deep storyline, I don't know if I care about Deep. Every time we have a scene with Deep, I feel like I don't care. Like, they're clearly building it up to be like, I don't know, like a redemption arc, or like a crisis that changes him as a person fundamentally arc. Sure. I don't care. The moment he put his dick in Starlight's mouth, I stopped caring about this guy. And so everything that happened to him afterwards, I'm just like, yeah, sure. Including the weird Gil fingering previous episode. I was just like, yeah, there we go. It is an uncomfortable scene, but he deserves it, so whatever. Because, like, the show needs to understand, like, the only way they can make this character even just a tiny bit just like a real character, other than just someone you completely write off and just be like, oh, fuck him, is by having him suffer in the exact same way that he made Starlight suffer, you know? Now he's on the receiving end, so now fuck you, get fucked. That's something the show needs to realize, and they did. I'm still not going to care about him, though. The show needs to pull off some magic shit in order for me to care about Deep. I'm sorry, I don't care about this man. I will never care. So, yeah, we'll see what happens. I do like that Huey goes and rescues the Frenchie and Mother's Milk and Kimiko. And I like the way he does it. He just puts some shit in his mouth, like a metal shit. And then he's like, all right, so when they capture me, they search for my entire body, but, you know, they didn't bother to check here. So I snuck this here, and now you can take it out. It's kind of stuck. You have to punch me in the face in order to get it out, but when you get it out, you can use that as a way to free ourselves, you know, as a lockpick of sorts. Then they freed themselves, they got a gun, they go to rescue Kimiko, and they kind of succeed. Oh god, the scene where Hugh is shooting the machine gun, that's so fucking funny. So I do like that Mother's Milk is the one that went to rescue Kimiko, because it's a little bit of growth, you know? And he's like, oh, I hope she's worth it, Frenchie, because she is. She's fucking worth it. She's the best. I love Kimiko, my favorite character. But I do like that Frenchie's arm is fucked because he got shot. So then it's up to Huey to shoot the gun, and then he's like, Huey, cover for him. They didn't even make a plan. Mother Milk was like, oh, I hope she's worth it, and then he just starts running, and then Frenchie's like, Huey, cover him. And it's like, what do you mean? I just fucking shoot, just fucking pull the trigger. And he was like, ah. And I like it because he literally just grabbed the gun and he just went, oh, I'm sorry. It's like the Kermit meme. It's like the Kermit meme or the Daredevil meme. Kermit gun. Give me a second. So this is the Kermit meme. But the Daredevil meme is the one that you want. This was Huey in this episode. I don't even know if this is canon. I don't know if this is actually from the comics, but this is just a meme that I've seen so many times, and it's just like that was Huey in this episode, because he was literally just shooting the machine gun and screaming and going, I'm sorry, and he's just killing people, and it's like, oh my god, dude. Oh, that's so good. I do feel bad for those agents though, because they were just random dudes just caught in this weird politics of superheroes and whatever. So I do feel bad for them. My question is, did Starlight kill those people? Those like guards that were preventing the escape? Because if Starlight didn't kill them, then they're just gonna go and say, well, Starlight freed them. But if she did kill them, then Starlight is safe. So if Starlight is gonna be safe and gonna continue to be a superhero or whatever next season, then we can assume she killed those dudes. If not, then not. Okay. All right. So anything else? I mean, at the end of the episode, you know, the reveal with Becca and the kids. So I don't know what's gonna happen to Butcher. I don't know what's gonna happen to Homelander, because now Homelander actually has a family, and that kid has potential to turn into another Homelander, which could be fucked. So here's the thing: two things would happen with Homelander having a kid and someone he got pregnant. I don't know how he feels about Becca, but he has a kid, so there is a connection there. So it could be that Homelander humanizes himself because he has a kid now, so he could start caring, or he turns the kid into another sociopath, overpowered Homelander dude. So hopefully it will be the first one, it won't be the second one. Hopefully he'll become more human. Hopefully he can get better. He's still a fucking sociopath, but like hopefully because he has connections now, like he has an inherent connection with his kid, and it's been 8 years, so that kid is old enough that you can like talk to him and have a life with him. It could be a thing where he could start caring. He could start to maybe become someone more fucking attached to reality instead of just being a full-on blown sociopath. So we'll see. All right, so is that it for this episode? That's pretty much it for this episode, I think. Yeah, I think we covered everything. Okay, so that's pretty much it. And yeah, I don't know what's gonna happen with the whole like super villain shit that they're doing. So that's probably gonna be something for the second season. So yeah, first season of The Boys is actually a fantastic show. It's actually a really good show so far. I hope it doesn't drop the ball. And I will say that this show does feel like a very like edgy show. It does feel like they're trying to deliberately be edgy, but at the same time, I don't think they're overdoing it just to be edgy. I think this is literally just a very bleak take on society's fucked. Everything's fucked, but then despite it all, you can find some meaning in it, and you can find the resolve, and you can kind of like overcome it. And fight for good despite everything being against you. So if that is where the show wants to go, if that is like the main theme, you know, like overcoming society just being fucked, overcoming the despair of the futility of it all, and still deciding I'm gonna do the good thing, which is kind of what Huey and Starlight are representing. In a way, I will say both of them are the main characters. I like that a lot. I hope that that's actually what the theme of the show is going to be moving forward too. So yeah, anyway, that was it for The Boys Season 1. It was a fantastic season. It was a great show. So, alright, that's it for this discussion bit. Thank you for being here. And if you would like to watch the first episode of the second season, it should already be up on Patreon as well as full length for everything. So check out the link in the description for that, social media, everything else. And I'll see you next time, okay? Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.